Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we are going to discuss principle number 1 for energy management. Now the principle number 1 which we can follow for managing our energies well is focusing on what we want and not focusing on what we don't want. So now we are going to do this with a little bit of exercise today. So please get up. I want more involvement from all of you today to get the best experience of this video. Okay, so now just pause for a moment and think that throughout the day, in your mind, what are the things that you think about the most? Just reflect. Just think about the last 1 hour that you spent with yourself. What were you doing? Were you thinking about all the things that you don't want to happen in your life? Or were you thinking about all the things that you want that this should happen in my life? Now, whenever you think about all the things that you don't want, that is what drains your energy. Whenever you channelize your thought power, your mind on all the things that you want in your life, this will increase your energy level. Now, out of 24 hours, say some of the hours we are sleeping, now we have to become more and more aware of the rest of the hours. How are we spending with ourselves? What is the self-talk that is happening in our mind? Okay? Now, one thing we need to understand that our thoughts have immense power and it is always our choice. How do we wish to channelize our thoughts? Let me give you an example. Can you close your eyes for a moment? Okay? I will tell you something. Just see what you visualize in your mind. Okay? Please close your eyes. I don't want red lights. I don't want red lights. I don't want red signals today. Okay, please open your eyes now. What is the first thing that you saw in your mind when I said, I don't want red lights? Red lights, right? Now you said that you don't want red lights. But how come in your mind you still saw red lights? Because our thoughts, our mind does not understand the meaning of the word no. It does not understand that. If you say, I don't want red lights, the thought that you create in your mind will also be a vision in your mind, a vision and an event which has red lights. So, how can we solve this? If you don't want red lights, you need to focus on what you want. So, what is it that you want if you don't want red lights? Of course, you want green lights. So let's try this again. Close your eyes. You mentally say, I want green lights, I want green lights, I want green lights. This time, what did you see? Green lights, right? So that means in your mind, you created thoughts about green light. This is a very simple example, but if you can implement this in your day-to-day life, at least 70 to 80% of your energies will be conserved. Now what is happening here? You don't want red light, but you're thinking about red light. So your energy is going for a waste. But because you did not program what you want. You want green lights, so you have to think about green lights. You can do this small experiment. When you leave your house, try to do this small experiment. Suppose you're leaving your house, and the moment you leave your house, especially this happens in Kolkata, especially in India, people say, oh, I'm not going to get parking today. Oh, there's going to be a lot of traffic today. And you will often see that you will have a frustrating day because of traffic, because of parking. I also experienced this. So when I realized this because of Grandmaster's teachings, so I made it a habit that whenever I start my car, I would mentally tell myself, I'm going to get an easy parking today, and I would actually say, okay, in 20 minutes, I'm going to reach at this place because this is what I want. And amazingly, I'm telling you, it's been 10 years of experience. I've never got stuck in a situation where I'm just roaming around because I didn't get a parking, which is quite a rare situation living in a city like Kolkata. Now, this is a very small example which you can get started with. And slowly try to practice this for bigger things. Now let's say, for example, our relationships. Now many times, suppose you have a girlfriend or you have a boyfriend or your spouse or your partner. Now mentally you had an argument or something happened which was not a very good experience. Now you'll often see for the next 1 week after that experience, you will keep on telling this in your mind that I don't want this to happen, I don't want this to happen, I don't want this to happen. Remember, this is, and you need to bring this into your awareness, because if you keep on saying this, I don't want this to happen, it will happen even more, because you have transferred so much of energy in making sure that this doesn't happen. Again, here you will shift your gear. Okay, I don't want this to happen, but next time if this situation comes, what is it that I want should happen? And that is what you will visualize in your mind. Okay, I don't want this to happen, but what is it that I want? And then train your mind to constantly visualize and think about an end result of how you want your relationship to be. Like, say for example, you went for an evening out for dinner and you had an argument. So often people say, oh, next time I'm not going for dinners with this person, I'm not going alone with this person, because every time we go, some goof up happens. This is the most craziest statement we can pass, my friends, because you are already programming that every time we go for dinner, some goof up happens. But it is not every time, it just happened once. In your mind, you thought about it so many times that you started believing that every time this happens. So next time, if you're going for, or you're dining out with your partner, how about creating a thought that I'm going to have a lovely evening tonight. I'm going to have one of the most memorable evenings tonight. I'm going to have some precious moments which I will cherish for the rest of my life. And today it's going to be a great evening. This is the meaning of focusing on what you want. This is a small thing, but try with this. Try starting with the small things. Even if you're going to office or you're going to meet a client, sometimes people get a lot of rejections in business. Suppose you pitched in for some business and the person in front rejected you. Now this memory became very fixed in your mind. So people often again focus on what they don't want. They didn't want a rejection, but then they got a rejection. Now, if you keep on thinking about it, oh, every time I pitch in, I get rejected. Every time I pitch in, I get rejected. So again, you have programmed your mind, programmed your aura, programmed your energy that every time you try this, you will get rejected. This is the meaning of focusing on what you didn't want. So friends, again, shift your gear here. Change it. Next time, if you get rejected, you focus, how do you want your next meeting to be? And keep on thinking about it in your mind so that you achieve how you wanted it to be. So this is the principle number 1 of managing your energies well. Don't waste or drain your energies on thinking about the stuff which you don't want. Immediately shift your gear on constantly focusing on what you want. In my profession, I keep taking these workshops, I keep meeting people for some counseling sessions. Many times when I ask people, they come up with a whole list of things that they're worried about. I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen. What do I do? What do I do? When I throw this simple question, what is it that you want? Many times I've experienced that people don't even know what they want. So let us not be in that basket, my friends, because if you don't know what you want, your mind is going to constantly energize and think about the things that you don't want, which are nothing but your fears, your worries. These are the things that you don't want, and you're investing your energy in this. It's almost like if I give you an analogy of money, you know that this is a loss-making business, but still you're investing money in it. If you're focusing on the things that you don't want, it's a loss-making thing, and you're still investing your energy in it. Shift it to what you want. So try to implement this in your life. Do let me know, and I would love to hear from you how this shift of focus is bringing changes in your life. This will keep me inspired. So I'm looking forward for more comments from all of you, more engagement from all of you to understand whether this simple principle is helping you retain a high energy level so that every single day you feel that yes, I can conquer the world. I can conquer what I want in my life. This simple principle can help us achieve that. So looking forward, and if you think that this video is helpful and if you think this is going to help your friends, help your family, please do like, comment, share, and let's spread the message across of Grandmaster Chokok Soi, from whom I have learned, and let's spread this awareness of managing our energies well. So stay tuned. We're going to come up with many more tips like this every Friday. See you soon.